Okay, Scream 7. This is a movie that has so much controversy about it. And I'm not gonna. The first thing I think that's most important to the people that made the movies is it made a lot of money. It broke a record for like, and it kind of goes to show you that like I think some people really need to realize before we even talk about this movie is that anything that happens online is online. Boycotts and shit like that does not work. And I think like people are starting to realize that. For me, when I realized like boycotts and shit really didn't work, and like I really don't buy into the term cancel culture. I really don't. I think if people fuck with you, you're always gonna be like, look at what happened to the baby, and look at what's happened to Chris Brown. What the fuck has the baby done that's on the level of Chris Brown? But Chris Brown still sells out stadiums and shit. Chris Brown still goes on international tours and sells out huge, humongous fucking crowds. Yeah, will Chris Brown ever perform at the Super Bowl? Probably not. Will Chris Brown ever perform at the Grammys again? Probably not. But he's still always going to be able to sell out 50, 60, 70,000 seats. So if you're able to sell out 50, 60, 70,000 seats, are you really fucking canceled, my man? Like, yeah, you're never going to get to do the Super Bowl. But look at someone like the baby. The baby said a few things. Now his shit was cooked. And that just goes to show that people really didn't fuck with the baby like they fucked with Chris Brown. Even though Chris Brown had arguably done a lot worse shit than the baby. And I bring it all the way back to talk about Scream 7. People said, oh, we're going to boycott Scream 7. We're not going to see Scream 7. We don't care about Scream 7. Yeah, that's cool for you in the online space. But there's a lot of people that's watched Sidney Prescott, that's watched Ned Campbell as this fucking person since the 90s, man. They don't give a fuck about any of that extra bullshit. They just want to sit down and watch their movie. And they see, hey, Sidney's back. I'm going to go watch that. Stu's back. We're going to go watch that. And I say all that to say that this movie really, for me, it moved really quick. Them giving her a daughter after her being gone so long, after like we saw her, like where the fuck has this kid been? Because we saw her in like 2010, remember, with the Emma Roberts version. And that kid, these kids were nowhere to be seen. And to find out, not only did she have a kid, she had a husband that she had these kids with. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, I get you, I had to move on, but like that kid had to be like at least 4 during the Emma Roberts Scream. But that's neither here nor there. I just think this movie moved way too quick. I think the one positive this movie has going for it is it's very gory. It's very like, these kills are some of the like, these are probably some of the most gruesome kills you'll see in the entire franchise. Like everyone's kill at that bar was fucking crazy. They did bring back the twins, played by one was played by Gooden Jr. or Gooden. Is he a Gooden Jr.? But he's played by Gooden's son. The other was played by another girl who, and they got a lot of criticism because it's tough out here for actors right now, man. Like people don't get roles just aren't available whenever these actors want them. Like these people aren't William Dafoe, they aren't Leonardo DiCaprio, they aren't fucking Robert De Niro. They aren't these actors where they can like the people. There's a big role going on right now where they want someone to play Harvey Dent's father, and I think Skarsgård ended up doing it. I think he's gonna be the one doing it, but like they asked a ton of fucking people to do it, and a lot of people said, "Nah, we're good." And there's a lot of actors in this industry where if they got a small role like that, like I'm gonna assume the reason most people said no is because it's a Batman movie. You're gonna have to put up 3 maybe even 6 months of time out, even though it's a small role. That's how much time you're gonna have to put aside. There's a lot of actors that would take a role like that in a heartbeat. They don't care how small it is. But when you're a big actor, you can say no to shit like that. When you're an actor who doesn't have a whole lot of projects to their name, to be told, hey, you need to give away this one role to take a stand against something that, you know, a majority of the audience don't care about, and it's not going to affect the box office of the movie. That's a tough pill to swallow. Even the casting in this Harry Potter series, where they've race swapped Snope. I don't know how to really say his name, but I watched those movies growing up, you know, and for me to be like, do I like them doing a race swap on that? Fuck no. But who am I to tell an actor that has no name in this industry, hey, you should probably give that role up, and none of you guys should do that? Like, it's money. It's gonna be like, let's say that show goes 9-10 seasons. That dude probably can get to 350 an episode towards the 4th or 5th season. Who might have say, hey, you got to say no to that, because that's generational wealth that I'm telling you, hey, you probably got to say no. Like, I can't. Like, if this is Michael B. Jordan, if this is Idris Elba, this is like a big name, they could probably say, hey, we don't want to do that, because that's not good PR. That's terrible PR, actually. That's negative fucking PR. But when you're a young actor, you have to do shit like that. You have to take a stand on stuff like that. And that's what I think the twins did in this movie, where it's like, are we in a position to give up this, our probably most notable role, to take a stand? We're not Jenna Ortega. We're not Melissa Barrera. Like, we're not someone that Hollywood sees as lead men and women yet. We can't do that. So I don't really get too upset for them not doing that, because I understand that, like, it's just not a realistic thing to put my morals on the people that I'm not, because I'm not in their situation. I'm not in their situation. I can't put my morals onto them. You know what I mean? But overall, getting back to the movie, I think, like, this shit was kind of like a mix of, like, the new Halloweens, but, like, the daughter didn't know what the fuck to do, and she did not listen, and she just wanted to do what she wanted to do. And yeah, and then the reveals are like, people spoiled the reveal, like, from jump. That and you have the weird dude that plays from the Gen V in here. He's playing a weird son. That dude's getting typecast as being just a weirdo right now. I don't know how he's gonna get out of that. Maybe he's like, when the dude that was in the Weird the Miller movies, who's now fuck, I can't think of his name, but that guy, when he looked like a dweeb, he was able to do a glow up, and now he gets cast in all types of shit. But I don't know if this guy's gonna be able to do that. I really don't know if this guy's gonna be able to do that. But yeah. But the people spoiled the reveal that Anna Camp was gonna be Ghostface. Like, when that fucking, like, bro, before the shit was even done filming, people were spoiling that. So, like, I wasn't really surprised by it. But overall, I do think Stu's coming back. I do like the plot twist that, like, yeah, Stu's dead, but he's here in heart. But I really do think Stu's still alive. I really do think they're gonna do that twist that Stu has his own cult, and that he's actually alive, and that he heard that they were using AI to, like, pretend to be him and all that, and he's not gonna like that, and he's gonna go even harder. So I do think Stu Macher is going to be alive by the end of whatever the fuck they think they're gonna do. Scream 8, 9, or 10. He's gonna be alive in one of them. And I do think that they're doing that because I do think they want to bring Melissa back in eventually. I do think they want to build that bridge again, and I do think they want her, and they use the plot thread that she is related to the other guy. I can't remember his name, but she is related to the other guy, and I do think they want to bring that all back together. I didn't really talk much about the movie. I really talked more about the controversy surrounding the movie, because the movie to me wasn't all that interesting. Like, like, really, the most of the movie, like a good chunk of the movie, the third act is like 40 to 50 minutes, and this is like a 2-hour movie, if that. And the third act, like, from that bar scene on, is 50 something minutes. So a lot of this movie is a lot of gore, a lot of, like, chasing. There's not, like, a whole lot of, like, story in it, to be honest, for me. So yeah, Scream 7, I give it a solid 6 out of 10. I could probably go lower, but I'm just gonna go with 6 out of 10 for Scream 10. Peace.